Hello, and welcome to another edition of Mindful Monday. Do you ever feel like you're in a funk? What I mean by in a funk is, do you ever have one of those days, those moments, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 3 days, maybe it's a whole week, where you just can't quite get yourself out of this feeling of funk? We all have that, and we're gearing up and nearing the end of the month. The brand new year has already begun and it's in full force. And sometimes we kind of lose that motivation. We somehow miss the mark of feeling energized and refreshed, and we kind of get ourselves into a little bit of a funk. Well, if you're like me and you get these feelings of funk, I have 3 simple things that will support you in getting yourself out of that feeling, getting yourself out of the funk and getting back to your life and back after it. Number 1, name it to tame it. Notice that you're feeling down or in this weird funk, that your energy maybe is low. Name it. And when I say name it, I actually mean give your funk a name. Identify it and call it something. You're humanizing it and reminding yourself that you are absolutely human. Everyone goes through these different seasons of life, and you can name it to tame it. So my funk, I'm gonna name Fran the funk, right? When I'm feeling kind of in one of those moods and I'm just not quite embracing the day like I know I can, I name my funk Fran. So name it to tame it. I've identified it, she's there, it's happening, this is real, and I'm human. So now we're not avoiding it. Now we're not pretending that we're not in this weird energy level of funk. So Fran, she's here. Number 2, after you name your funk, now ask yourself, if Fran could speak to me, what would Fran say? If your funk could talk to you, what would that funk tell you? Number 1, Fran would tell me, Krista, your energy's down because you're feeling a little bit tired. You need to take better care of yourself and get some better rest at night. I have definitely gotten into a pattern of staying up a little bit later than I know I should, and I really do require at least 8 hours of sleep to be at my best level. I really do. I know this, but I keep sabotaging myself and staying up later and later. So Fran would say, take care of yourself, do self-care. And number 2, Fran would say, Krista, you gotta get moving your body every single day, no excuses. I live in Minnesota, it's cold out. You have no idea how many times I tell myself, oh, it's just too cold, I don't wanna go on a walk. You don't have to do that, but moving your body is essential. It actually will help support you physically and mentally, and it will help you get out of this funky feeling. So number 1, name it to tame it. Fran is my funk. Number 2, what would Fran say to you? What would the funk say to you? Humanize it. Have a conversation with your funk so that you know what to do. And number 3 is so important, go. It's my word of the year, take action, go. So you've named it, you know what you need to do, now go do it. These 3 very simple, very common sense steps will help support you in always getting yourself out of a funk. And please be kind to yourself, you're human. We are all allowed to have days that are off where we're feeling in this funk. But when you're sick and tired of it, like me, we know what we can do to get ourselves back on track. All right, go out, have an absolutely fantastic and beautiful week. You've got this.